between FC Barcelona and La Liga arises from the recent Catalonian cultural identity movement as well as its push for independence. Catalonia is an affluent region within the northeastern part of Spain and has long maintained a cultural identity, making it a distinguished piece from the rest of Spain. Barcelona serves as the capital, and in 1899, FC Barcelona started as an amateur football club. The club's founders were actually foreign, and this became yet another symbol of Catalonia's cultural identity and independence. As time went on, and the Catalonian identity became even stronger, the club even switched its official language from Castilian to Catalonian, and this evolved into an important piece of Catalonia. Participation in the football club also became seen as a symbol of independence and identity for the fans. But during the Spanish Civil War, and under the dictatorship of Francisco Franco, the Catalan identity becomes a threat to the dictatorship. All signs of their identity became banned in Spain. The flag was banned on the club crest, and the club was even banned from using anything other than Spanish names. This led to a name change from FC Barcelona to Club de Futbol de Barcelona. After the Franconian rule ends, Catalonia was granted autonomy from Spain. However, it is important not to synonymize this with independence. The Statute of Autonomy in Catalonia of 1979 defined this in 2006 when it was expanded to hopefully broaden the authority of the Catalonian government. This was offered uncontested until 2010 when the Constitutional Court of Spain ruled that certain articles were unconstitutional. Spending cuts in 2010 caused the Spanish government to take more in tax dollars from Catalonia than was originally agreed upon. This, and many other things from before, led to resentment building in Catalonia. This materializes in symbolic referendums and protests where the Catalonian government was called upon by their citizens to initiate an independence process. The president responded seriously and stacked parliament with pro-independence majority and adopted the Catalonia Sovereign Declaration in 2013, which put forth an independence referendum the following year. However, after 2 rounds of voting, neither of which reached a 50% majority voter turnout, and the president declared a binding independence referendum, which led to heavy Spanish involvement in the Catalonian government and removal of several of its highest officers. Pressure is felt from all angles as now La Liga has threatened to remove FC Barcelona, leaving it with no league to compete in. The citizens of Catalonia feel a very strong connection of FC Barcelona, and they need this team to express their cultural identity. However, FC Barcelona needs La Liga to be able to compete in the highest tier of competition. The alternate options would leave FC Barcelona trying to merge a deal with another European league, having to play down a tier, or even just disbanding as a whole. La Liga, though, does need FC Barcelona, as the rivalry between the other top team, Real Madrid, and their games played are labeled as El Clasico. This rivalry drives ticket sales and fan merchandise more than any other game, and losing this would result in harsh repercussions from fans, and La Liga would struggle to generate the same amount of revenue. As a third party, I think it is important for both entities to acknowledge the political conflict between Catalonia and Spain, but to communicate as 2 neutral parties with a common underlying interest. FC Barcelona is a right-leaning organization, and for the Catalonian citizens, it represents the independence of the region, while La Liga represents the rest of Spain. In an interest for the sport as a whole, initiation of a common dialogue focused on finding common ground to work on for the sport of football, while still acknowledging the political conflict, will allow the 2 organizations to come to a negotiation. I believe integrated bargaining is the best form of negotiation for this conflict, as distributed bargaining between the 2 organizations that already have political rivalry could halt any progress already made. Integrated bargaining works best as the 2 parties desire different parts of the same whole. La Liga needs the identity of FC Barcelona, which comes from Catalonia, and they'll lose this if Catalonia fully integrates with Spain. However, FC Barcelona will lose its ability to compete in La Liga if Catalonia becomes fully independent. So the two need to meet in the middle to continue a harmonious relationship. FC Barcelona can lean a little bit left center on its independent stance, as the cultural and independent identity of Catalonia can be emphasized in La Liga and its language and culture, while it can still remain an integral part of Spain as a whole. This calls for a level of political involvement, though, that the team has been avoiding. However, in order to continue its rivalry with Real Madrid and relationship with La Liga and Spain, it will need to push for a more common ground. But La Liga needs to work with FC Barcelona and allow them to play in some capacity against Real Madrid in El Clasico, while political conflict is still a problem, as over time, political conflict will rise and fall. However, being able to play in El Clasico would work out for both teams.